his need to be a part of something this big. This wouldn't be possible. Last year, the JSRA was mandated by the JEI, Jamaica Esports Initiative, to come up with a program to help sim racing on the island. And we started. We had significant success, but Stewart was not. Steve, sorry, Stephen was not satisfied, and he went back to the drawing board. And what you're seeing here is his vision. Going for 2023, the rest of the year, sim racing, esports in Jamaica will be big. And I can guarantee you that all your viewers, you're about to watch some exciting racing. You know, so let's get on to what this is. Earlier last year, one of our big events, we were invited to the Monaco Sim Racing World Cup. It may sound simple. It was a significant event, but that literally put us on the map. The JSRA was recognized as an entity, and our neighbors reached out to us because they were not really aware that Jamaica had any sort of sim racing or esports thing. So again, because of our performance, actually entering the international scene, we have partnered with various entities around the Caribbean, one of which is our Colombian partners, and we have come up with the Caribbean versus Colombia friendly. This is the national qualifier for this event. The main event will be on February 4th, and that also will be broadcast. So again, this is just a start. It's going to be a lot of racing. For the past week or so, we have had up to 16 drivers qualifying, racing all night, racing all day, trying to generate their best lap, at which point we took the top drivers. We will have 14, and then we will break the group up into 2 groups of 7. What you're seeing here is the first group, Group A, and then we will go to Group B after that. So the race format is this. There will be a qualifying, 15 minutes. Then there'll be a full race, 10 laps. Then there will be a reverse grid race, again, 10 laps. At which point, the second Group B, they will do the same thing. And then the top 3 from each group will face off in one final 10-lap battle. And I'm telling you, it's going to be absolutely amazing, given the quality of the drivers that I've been watching over the past week. We have some names, in that familiar with motorsports, and we're happy to have them along. You'll see them as we switch to the qualifying. So yeah, you can switch to the qualifying. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we're watching is a 15-minute qualifying session. We have 6 drivers. What you will realize, these gentlemen will be driving Audi TT Cup car. This is the front-wheel drive version of the Audi TT, made famous by Douglas Gore, which was a DTM rear-wheel drive car. We had to give them something a little less powerful. We also have to thank Amsoil. We also have to thank the Liu brothers for spending the time and generating this wonderful virtual version of Dover. It has been a game changer, and we intend to use it to ensure that at the end of the day, we have quality drivers that can compete internationally at any point in time. So right now, Michael Paisley, Carter, he's leading 119, 198. He's back in the pits. Again, this is qualifying. The top 6 drivers, what's simply going to happen is that they'll be arranged by their lap time in the race. For those who follow motorsports, Paisley is a young karter, and we have another one here. Should be interesting. Karter against kart. All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, this is the qualifying for Group A. We have 6 drivers. They'll be arranged by their fastest times. The setup for the car is open. The drivers are able to modify, make changes how they feel, braking, downforce, tire pressures, etc. Fuel load, whatever they need to make the car drive the way they want to drive. So it's going to be interesting. As I said, we have several gentlemen who race in real life, and to have them on the circuit together virtually. There we have the number 2, Mark Anthony Eaton. So basically at this point, the 2 karters, 1 and 2. We'll see how long that lasts. Maybe Mr. Eaton will pull something out. I know he was able to do 118s. So with the top time at 119.1, there's still a few seconds in it, and we still have more than enough time. We have 2 minutes and 24, and we're going. At which point, so the drivers have maybe 1 or 2 more laps before they can to put things in. So again, just to say, what will happen is that Group A will then move to a 10-lap race, then a 10-lap reverse grid. They'll be assigned points based on their finishing positions, at which juncture we will then take the top 3 finishers from each group, and they will have a 10-lap race to themselves to decide the top 3 who will move on to the Colombia versus Jamaica, the first is the Caribbean main event on February 14th. In that event, what will happen is that 3 Jamaicans, 3 Colombians, and our partners across the Caribbean also will send 3 drivers, and we'll put them together so that we will have a very international friendly, good old football. So we're down to a minute. Mr. Paisley is still at the top of the charts, top of the leaderboard here, trailed by Mark Anthony Eaton. These are familiar names again if you're a karter. And I'd also definitely like to take the time out to thank our broadcast partners. First of all, big shout out to Dexton Tarantino, Graham. And without him, we wouldn't have this. And our other broadcast partners, Sportsmax, Twitch, and the JAI. So we have a wide variety of viewing options, and I hope you are watching and enjoying this. So we can see here there's a little bit closure to the gap between the top two. There's 0.270 of a second between our two karters, Mr. Paisley and Mr. Eaton. The next driver is a second back. So, this is always interesting. Qualifying is qualifying, but at the end of the day, race pace, anything can happen on the track. We have 10 laps. How you set the car setup will sort of determine your win. Our qualifying is over. Mr. Palmer has gotten half a point for pole position with 1 minute 19:198. In second place, we have Mr. Eden, just 0.270 seconds away. Number 3, again, close the gap a little bit. And Mr. Eaton just trying to squeeze in. So after this, the drivers will get a small break. The game will put together the race order, and then we'll move from there. And again, we'd just like to thank the JAI and Sportsmax for broadcasting this. We're also on Twitch, JSR Official. Please tell your friends, send out notices, post on IG. If you want to see more like this, if the more viewers we have, the more opportunities we will have to broadcast our events. I'd just like to big up everybody who's in the chat. There's somebody's already put their money on Michael Paisley. He's on pole. He's got half a point. So it's going to be interesting. As I said, we have 10 laps. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, and it's a lightning start by Eden. He's taking over from Paisley. They're battling tooth and nail, first and second. Jason Alexander in third, maybe getting ready to pick up the scraps should the two gentlemen ahead of him. We're back with Paisley. And folks, this is what we talk about. Yes, Paisley did get the pole position, but you know, some good driving there by Eden, and he's in the lead. Both these men are fast, so I'm expecting some clean, aggressive racing. There is literally a car length between them both. And Mark Anthony Eden has just posted the fastest lap. And we know from qualifying 126 is nothing. This will drop by the next lap. So we're looking at 118s, 119s. Mr. Alexander in 13. Ooh, got close to the wall there. Seems to be losing a bit of time, but he's sticking with the pack, running over the curbs. Seems to have a good setup that's keeping him in touch with the leaders. Loki 876. Yes, we do remind them to take it easy to turn one, because at the end of the day, you can never win the race in the first corner, the first turn, but you can also lose it in the first turn. So getting these gentlemen are carters, they have real world experience, so I'm sure they're very familiar with a lot of. But Chad having an issue there, a bit of contact. There we go. We're down to 119s already by Eaton. There we go. I can't pronounce that. Erie Firmer. See, they're already down to 19s, and I suspect we'll get into the 18s. Paisley's dropped off a bit. He's now a second behind. But we have 7 laps left, so the race isn't done yet. This is esports, and even though the cars are virtual, they're made to behave as best as possible as real cars. So we have fuel, we have tire wear, etc., etc., etc. So your setup will determine how good you'll last through the race. Yeah, some people getting it sideways there through the S's on the back straight. Paisley picked up the pace. He's half a second behind. So, whoa. Okay. So Eaton has gone into the pits. That was, and that's why you hear folks. Absolutely amazing. That was an error on the part of Eden. He went straight into the pits. He's dropped out at 4th. And I did not see that coming. He's gonna have to fight himself back up into the lead. Maybe he did that on purpose because he was leading the race, but he needed to give himself a bit more challenge. So he's at fourth, and he's still pretty close to third place. Whoa! Hassan had a big crash there. Second place. Let's see what's going on. Okay, he's down to fourth. He's down to fifth. That's how it goes. You know, you're doing everything great, and then one mistake. All right. All that work. As I said, but the race is halfway there. We still have a crash has put Eaton back up into third. So he's very close to second place. However, second place is 8 seconds behind first place. So Eaton now has to simply get a clean overtake on 69, and he goes for it into his bluff. No, oh, that's the first. Sorry, wrong corner. He's maintaining. Oh, okay. Again, boom, little tap there, little love tap there, but no foul. As said, listen. So Javon Parry, number 69, nice. Is in third. Mark Anthony, he's 9 seconds. I said halfway race, so we would have to see how fast can he make back up the time by the end of the race. Chad Dillon's in fourth. And Jason Alexander is back in fifth. After his issue, he's 5 seconds behind. So let's hope he can make himself back up and try and at least get a top 5 finish. Somebody just spun out there. Alrighty. And it's going good here. A lot of action. People are racing close. They're racing clean. That's how it should be. Expect a specific level of driving quality here because, as I said, these gentlemen have been racing on our server, the GSR server, for the past week. They were using a different car, but they were using this track. So they've made the transition to the new car. Clearly, a lot of the drivers are able to show off their talent, even though it's a different car. Yes, Javon Parry, he's in third, but 2 seconds from he's 2 seconds from Eaton. Eaton is 9.5 seconds from the lead. So we have 3 laps left. Not sure he could make it, but the podium position is good. Third place will be 6 points. I'm sorry, no. Third place is 3 points. Second place will be 6 points, and first place will be 10 points. The pit stop was not mandatory. There was no pit stop. That was an error on the fault of Mr. Eaton. He's recovered snatched defeat from the jaws of victory, but that's how these things go sometimes. I'll bring him over when he can and issue what happened there. These things happen. Again, he's new to the sport, and this is why we have these events, so that people can get the experience that they need, so that when they go on the world stage, international stage, that they're aware of what they need to be doing. But again, good driving. Javon Parry holding on in third. Eaton losing 0.2 of a second, 0.3 of a second to Paisley. And Paisley is cruising comfortably in first. Whoa! And we have, again, there's some interesting stuff happening in the back there. We do our best. So clearly we have a lot of Paisley fans here. Milo TD, Caitlin Tate, Joshua Ivy, Paisley supporters are out. There's nobody for Eaton. Come on, get on the chat. Make sure that you back your favorite driver. Do the play, and they'll be happy to come back and see who supported them. There we go, March 2023, hashtag 18. There we go. There we go. Wow, but he's still in second. He recovered. He's dropped 11 seconds. He's at 12. Yes, he is cutting some grass. An Audi lawnmower. This again should be a good race. It's not over yet. We have a reverse grid. We're going to see Eaton and Paisley have to work their way through the rest of the drivers, and anything can happen there. So Chad, 2 seconds away. We have one lap. Not sure he can make it to the podium, but Javon Parry, he's doing well. We got Sebastian Palmer, number 23, all the way at the back there. He's battling. So, ladies and gentlemen, leaders on the final lap. Again, totally surprised. It went back and forth. It was like a prize fight. Eaton, Paisley, Eaton. Palmer doing some drifting there, but number 94, Michael Paisley. Everybody in the chat, Caitlin, Marla, Joshua, big it up. So I'm going to go on a limb here and say top three. 94, Paisley, 18, Eaton, and 69, Javon Parry. Again, these guys were driving great, an amazing race. I was glued to my screen. Didn't expect any of what was happening there. Yeah, so I make a note of that. We definitely have to speak to Eaton at the end of the event about that issue with the pit lane. But we should be good. Mr. Paisley. Boom, final lap. Eaton, number 18, Eaton up the road. All right, again, Javon Parry, 69, nice. Cooley plays, good race, Paisley. Yes, very good race. Again, never give up. You never know what's going to happen. He started on pole, he dropped a second, it never happened. He took back over the race and never looked back. But yes, great race. Did not know any of that would have happened. You could not have written that with a Chat GPT. Yes, Loki 86, clean race. That's what we want. We want clean professional racing. We're not into the dive bombing. We're not into the turn terrorists. We have a certain level that we need to maintain here at the JSRA. And I'm glad to see that our drivers are doing that and putting on a show for you. Caitlin, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Okay. All right. Folks, we're having a quick interview with the number two finisher. So what happened there? What happened there, Mark Anthony?
The handbrake just wouldn't engage. So I went to press the handbrake for the start, and it just didn't engage.
Okay. What happened when you went into the pit?
Just regular drive-through. I got the drive-through penalty, so I served the drive-through.
Okay. So it was a drive-through penalty.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. So again, was it a mistake on this point? He messed up the start, indicating a drive-through penalty. So he had to take it, and that's why he went through that. But great race. We'll see you. Get ready for the next race. So reverse grid again. It was not a mistake. He was serving a drive-through penalty. What happened? He was on the brake for the start of the race, so it wouldn't hold the car. He jumped the start, so he had to take the drive-through penalty. Went in from the lead. Exited the fourth after his penalty and onto the podium in second. Michael Paisley again. So let's go through it. So at this point, Michael has 10 points. Mark Anthony, Mr. Eden at 18, he has 7 points because he posted the fastest race lap, and he finished second, getting 6 laps. I'm sorry. Let me correct that. Michael Paisley has 10.5 points. That's because he got a half a point for his pole position. Perry, number 69, nice, is in third place with 3 points. We're now going to the reverse grid. It should be interesting. The top 3 drivers will now be at the back of the grid, and they're going to have to make their way through all that lap traffic. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back for the reverse grid. 10 laps. We all go. So Murray, number 23, is on the pole. Leading going into the first corner. Somebody on the inside. Paisley's up to third. Wow. In fourth, we have Haim. He's there. He's throwing the lights. This is tough going into the corner. Well, there we go. We're go. Whoa, there we go. Paisley on the outside, but I don't think that's the right line for that. Okay, he gives him the space. There we go. We're going through the S's. Paisley a bit off. Is this... Oh, sorry, that's Malik. Paisley in third, attacking, losing second. Wow, okay. This aggressive on the first corner. Third one. Almost had him. This is interesting, folks. This is a test of racecraft. That was my money on. I'm supposed to be impartial. I can't put any money down on anybody. But again, I am amazed by the quality of racing that all these gentlemen have been displaying, and quite frankly, any of them could be a top talent. Okay. We're just going to make sure that there's a 5-minute break after the race, and then we can sit and talk with a couple of the drivers for you. If you have any questions, Ethan, problem there? At the chicane, the tires. Don't worry, you still got 8 laps. You can bring this back. Play a few seconds from. Okay, just posted the fastest lap, 19.3. Okay. This is Jamaicans. There's no overseas drivers here. These drivers will be racing to compete against the overseas drivers. So the top, as I said earlier at the beginning, the top 3 drivers from each group will have a final race at the end of this event. That race, the top 3 from that race will then go on to race in the Colombia versus the Caribbean event, which will be on February 4th. So it's all Jamaicans. Yes, Dexter. And that's all it takes sometimes. It's one small, and but you know, you can't give up. You just got to keep pushing. Dylan is trying to hold off the charge from Eaton, so we're gonna have a nice fight here in the back. Paisley again posted the fastest lap, 19.2. He is not taking it easy, and the truth is, give us a second here. Okay, so Paisley's facing down, if I'm correct, that's Jason Alexander. He's 0.9 of a second behind, very close. He's still got 6 laps, so there is the ability here to take over the lead. Paisley again dropped it into the 18s, 0.9. You know, it's like a Jamaican dollar here. He's dropping the lap times like the value. The question is, can Alexander hold him off? Eden still seeming to have some problems recovering from that incident. There's a big gap between him and 4th, so if he needs to get on the podium, he's got to push. Paisley in 2nd. The reverse grid is not what you think it is, but we have to figure out what's happening here. Is Paisley just given the fact that, and again, part of racing is strategy. So if you're Paisley, your major rival is so far back. Do you just simply take your second position and call it a day? Because he's not going to have enough points to challenge you. Or do you push, and clearly, but again, everybody here is racing like their life depended on it. The margins are so. Okay, we're having. Whoa, what happened there? Okay, that was a contact. It is eaten up into third. So what happened? So my God, it's not ever till the fat lady sings or orders pizza. So and that has moved Eden all the way to third. So he's not behind Paisley. So the concern here is that, again, talking about the strategy, you taking the belief that your competitor, your major rival, will be so far back he's not going to get any points. But now he's right behind you. You got to push. You got 4 laps. Let's see what he does against Alexander. I know that Ethan is 13 seconds back. That's a lot to make up in 3 laps. But at the end of the day, the extra 4 points from first place maybe what will separate the winners at the end of the day. $169. Yes. So I'm going to assume that that would have been a collision between Javon. Go back. Yeah, so it'll be a collision between Chad and #69. Paisley is pushing. You can literally see. Well, Javon needs to be a legend now. You need to be a league on. The time is literally falling between Jason Alexander and Paisley. He is closing it for the kill. So I'm going to assume that Parry and Chad Dillon had a coming together, which gave Eaton the 3rd place. So Eaton is dropping some time. He's in 12 seconds, but Paisley is doing everything in his power to get the rest of the lead from Jason Alexander. So that's why do you believe that nobody can play more than one game? So he plays League of Legends. He can't play a Santa Clausa. How many times do you play a video game? I mean, the whole point of this is to have people branch out and show their talents. There's a whole other opportunity, a whole other a business plan for people with different games and stuff, and there's a huge community for Assetto Corsa. It is the international standard for sim racing, and this is a great opportunity for him. So yes, we welcome him, and I have no problem if he plays Assetto Corsa. Now, if he has a PS5 and he's playing Gran Turismo, we have a problem. You know, is that true? Is League of Legends that? I mean, versus driving a car for 10 laps. No comment. And Paisley is going for it. Trying to go out on the inside there. It looks like we have Jason Alexander. He is holding up. He's got 1 lap left. Leaders on the fight. We did talk about not diving there, so I'm going to hope that the Bruce had an issue. He was so far back, he was at the next corner. Number 13 is weaving. No, he's not weaving. He doesn't defend his line. You have the ability to make one defensive move. I'm not seeing where he's weaving. Okay, massive 74. So was he needing to take the second line for the next court? Okay, Jason Alexander. Eden still on the podium after all that. You gotta give him, clap him. Paisley second, Chad Dillon 24th out of the points, off the podium. A good race. Had a bit of a coming together with Mr. 69, and that didn't end up too well. But that's how it goes. We'll see what happens with the stewards, or if it was a race incident. We'll see if either of the drivers post a protest. Are you not entertained? That was a hell of a race, and that's only half the battle, as you know from GI Joe. So basically, what's going to happen now? We have our Group B drivers. They're going to do the same thing. They're currently in qualifying. Then we're going to move on to a 10-lap race, reverse grid, and then we will tally the points for everybody. At that point, the top three points holders from each group will be combined into one group. They will race for one. The top three at that point will then move on to represent Jamaica when we go up against Colombia on February 4th. So I want to do the points. Give me a second. All right, fine race fans, we have the points. Leading is Mr. Paisley, Michael Paisley. He now has a total of 17 and a half points. He came second in the second reverse grid race, and then he also got the fastest lap. And despite his troubles, Anthony Eaton is in second, getting 10 points. And we have Jason Alexander in third with 10 points. So it should be an interesting event. The cream of the crop always rises, so we'll see what happens from the second group. So alongside Jenna, you would have to be a member of the JSR to enter this event. It's only open to all members. You can always check our social media or come to our physical location here in Dunrobin, and we'll be able to tell you exactly what you need to be a part of these events. Thank you, Javon. Appreciate the comment. Good race. Yes, it's a very good race. Yes, Caitlin, you can check our social media channels. We are on Instagram JSRA official. We post quite prodigiously. That's our president, Steve, does an excellent job keeping everybody up to date with what's going on. And we have Kurt Moss with the fastest lap at 19.8. And then, yes, as we're saying, we need you to rep your drivers. Tavar. Mari, nationals for, we're using a set of Corsa. As I said, this game is the international standard for sim racing. There are a few other options, but given what we compete in, this is the game that is most usually used. So that is why we use it to train everybody on it, so that when you are moved to the international level of competition, you're not left wondering what the hell you need to do. And just to advise you, what will happen is that, again, our Colombia versus Caribbean event, it will be totally new car, totally new set of drivers. Guard Huey having fun with the tires. So let's hope that doesn't happen during the race. A lot of these guys have set their cars super low. I can see from the sparks that they're bottoming out. Again, Tavar just set the fastest lap. My God, 0.4 of a second. He is at the top of the leaderboard. Is he pulling up to celebrate? He's still got 3 minutes. He's got three minutes left. So I'm not sure that's the correct thing to do. Maybe you want to keep going and keep going. So at this point, Tavar is 19.4. Just so you know, this group is at this point still slower than the group A. So this is going to be an interesting race when we combine everybody. So let's see what happens during the race. Maybe they'll bring up their lap times and we can see what's going on. All right, so that is qualifying for Group B. Interesting. Tavon Clark is number one. So, sorry, who's there in the chat there that's bigging up Tavon? Official Tugs then. There you go. And Tavon just pulled the eating the losses. The tire man is not exactly willing to move. So he spun out there. But time, it's 1941. Technically slow and the top three in Group A. Let's see what happens during the race. So once everybody is finished, we'll have a short 2-minute break for we will count the times, and then the race will start. To give the tire judge a rest, they can sit and relax and hold on until the race starts. So again, the racing is going to be very, very interesting in this group. There's precious again, like in the first group. There's very little time between the top three. 0.2 of a second. So it's going to be very, very, very close. Fourth and fifth are literally 0.03 of a second between those two. So, and again, anything can happen. Mistakes, contact, etc. So never give up until you cross the finish line. Yes, Caitlin 04, yeah, and he's already gone through the top two for his group, so we'll see what happens when he combine everybody in a race. But I'm looking forward to that race myself. I'm not sure what happened there. That was what. Welcome to race two, the Group B. It's been rather interesting so far. I'd just rather be quiet and let the action play out. Kurt Moss is at the lead. So we have Tavon and God Huey in third. Official twigs and no, it's not the track layout. This is the good old Dover brought into the virtual world. It was done last year with the help of the Lou brothers and their connections. So we of course thank them because this was a big game changer. Allowed Jamaica to have its own local track, and we to use it in the game. And you can see how wonderful a job they did. It is amazing. It looks absolutely stunning, and it literally in huge chunks of it is as real as it can get. So Tavon is down to fourth, but he's moving himself back up to the front. We have 6 laps. Emperor action, no, there's no ball game. Okay, yes. Then 81. Okay, I see that one. You need to. I'll ask him that question. We'll do the interviews at the end of the day. Again, just want to thank everybody watching the racing on our podcast partners, the JSR official or Twitch channel. Oh, and just a little issue there. Jaden Nelson. The Bar Clark in fourth, coming in for the kill. He's close enough. Gonna make up all the time. The race is halfway there. We have 5 laps, so he should have enough time to at least get back on the podium, get some points, and see how it goes. Or he could do this if he's smart enough. Oh well, if he's good enough, he could drop back and just finish the race last, and he'll be on the pole position for the first race, for the next race, the reverse grid race. There's a huge gap between Moss and Huey. 11.4 seconds. I'm not sure that's able to get back, but here in the pack, there's a huge battle between Jaden Harris and Tavon Clark. YK Nems, that's interesting. I am going to go and thank Sportsmax for broadcasting our event. I think they're doing an excellent job of getting the possible of what it means to be sports. So not everything is football, not everything is cricket, not everything is horse racing. Yes, Mavs Row streaming game. This is our second one. We had a huge event last year, and it was very successful, which is why we're able to stream the game with our partner Sportsmax this year. And this will not be the last for the year. We'll be streaming as often as we can because the more the better. no. The working ends. No, 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 no. I'm not. Okay, sorry. This reduction there with the race. Moss just dropped in on 19 second. There's some contact there in the last corner. Everybody worked themselves out. Nobody got spun, but everybody is there. YK no, no, we're not, I wasn't making no disrespect. I was just pointing out the fact that, we want to be able to present a wide range of events and sports that Jamaicans can participate in. It's not just, as I said, not just cricket and football. Jamaicans are successful in a whole bunch of other sports. So why not esports? And we want the community to see what exactly these athletes are doing. And I think they're racing very well. So thank you for even clicking in and watching. So no, it wasn't disrespecting you either. So Neil Alexander, this is the top version of the LTT. This is a front wheel drive 2-liter. This is their cut. We have I'm not sure how that's gonna go. But once again, dropping the lap times in the middle of all of that, 18.9. I think the stewards are gonna have a little discussion with that one. Whether or not the driver is going to protest, we'll see. But the race stewards themselves, I don't think are going to allow that one to go. I said, not sure what happened there, but the race stewards will be going back through the footage at a later point. We have 2 laps. Tavar and Jaden Harrison are battling it out. Is that the right line? Well, that's a very, very, very different line. Exactly. Mr. Moss is just turning in the lap times, and he's sort of showing up the fact that I said that the first group was faster. So he's the first of the group. There we go, 18.84. He's going to get his extra points. So as I said, it's going to be very interesting when the groups are combined, because clearly the drivers of either group not taking it sitting down. So Neil Alexander, thank you. Yeah. So it does look real. All right, we have 1 lap left. We're on lap 9. And that's a huge gap to Huey. We're at 22.6 seconds. Clark, 8.2. So we'll see how. Again, Huey off in second. But given the gap, I don't think he's going to lose anything significant on that. Is he? Oh, he does. He's gone down to 4th. Wow. That's a big problem there. So he's out of the points. Not sure what's happening there. Maybe he's having some connection problems. But, okay. But Kurt Moss, again, fastest lap. He is 30.3 seconds ahead of Clark. But the truth of the matter is you got to just get your points. So the top 3 finishers get their points, and you have a reverse grid, so you do have the ability to try and make it up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the final lap. Kurt Moss has just rabbited away with this fastest lap. He's 34 seconds ahead of second place. This should be an easy few points for him. Somebody just went into the pits. Okay, so Moss is in the pits. Final lap, Garth Huey is not going to make a podium. Unfortunately, he's basically 40 seconds behind the podium place. So he got seriously a problem with his the contact he had earlier. Well, not the contact, the little off he had earlier, and he was never able to recover from that. So let's see how this goes here. Well, actually, Huey has caught. What just happened there? Okay. Okay, contact. I'm not sure how the stewards are going to be happy with that. Okay, we are here. Second race reverse grid. That's Daville Park. Garth is in first. Not sure that's going to be considered a good first corner. Everybody's still together, but no big incidents. Some rubbing racing here. Moss is in fourth after his dominant win of the first race. So let's see if he and Tavares. Okay, that's interesting. Garth Huey is in the lead with the fastest lap. Kurt Moss, the man who dominated Group B race 1, he's in 4th. He's battling with Tavares Clark. Let's see how. Oh, that bounce off the. Not a problem, wasn't his issue. Tavares made a mistake. Kurt Moss is in 4th. He'll squeeze forward and see how much progress he can make. Kurt Moss is flying. Luke White in 10th. You know, again, it's another thing when you're starting from the back of the grid. A lot of the drivers you may not have been dealing with. Now that you have to use your racecraft and stuff. Okay, Luke just did the fastest lap, a 1:21.05, which nowhere near Moss's best, but I'm sure once he squeezes up out of the group, he'll be able to put in a fast time. Still a very close group here. You know, there was literally a second between, or not even a second between 1st and 5th. With a 0.5 half a second off the car in front of him. So we're all running together. Unfortunately, we lost Jaden Harrison. He had an internet issue. Unfortunately, Garth Huey there seemed to be reversing. Not sure what happened there. Another spin. Thomas is up to 3rd, and he and Tavares are moving ahead. They have 6 laps to go. I'm sure that they're able to catch the people ahead of them, given lap times. The Rike anime underscore anime. The Brock still in this. As I said, he's got 6 laps. He must be able to, and he's holding up with Moss. So he's got. So Moss is challenging for a podium position, and I'm sure he's just going to put Clark along with it. It's a fun, the definition of a slop. So certain things happen. So, you know, let's try and do our best, and that's all we can do. Look at that race. Kurt Moss with the fastest lap at 19.9 is like he's turning it. Deville messing up the first corner. I'm sure there's literally nothing between him. Moss is now in second. Look at that battle. It is a clean. Oh my God, this is what we want to see. Third in second place. He is putting in the laps. He is like just galloping through the group. Tavar is still in fourth. He wasn't able to take advantage of Kurt's pace, but he contacted the. He still has enough time. We have 50% of the race left. He just has to dispatch Luke, and he'll be fine. But again, as I said, this is easily. And Tavar just that the SS has been a problem for a lot of the drivers. The guys don't seem to want to move. So Kurt is still in third, a podium position still. Tavar is fourth. But again, we still have four laps. There's a 10-second gap between Moss and second place, Luke White. So this is going to be very interesting. This is far from over. Again, this is the quality racing we're going to see. It's never done. Just things are just happening. Even the best drivers make mistakes. You just have to deal with what you're being given. Kurt Moss in third, just turning in those laps. Luke White challenging for the lead with Park. Again, these drivers were at the back of the grid in the first race. Now that they've had the chance to come to the front of the grid, they're shining. There's a little bit of contact there, some rubbing, some racing, some retaliation, some Ricky Bobby going in there, but they decided to behave themselves and backed off. I suspect the steward's office is going to be rather busy later, but I think we're seeing as clean a racing as we possibly can. So Hughes in the pits. Clearly he gave up. Tavares is in fourth. Moss is in third. Again, you need to push. Oh my God. Ready. And there was a contact there between Park and White. They backed off. He hasn't taken advantage. You redressed basically. But this has caused Moss, who's turning the laps like he is eating Cheetos, 18.9. Luke has just taken over the race lead. He's trying to get away from Moss, but Moss is burning up the track. You are official Tuesday? Yes. If they keep fighting with themselves, and this is how it works. You sit back and let your rivals battle it out, and you just reel them in like dead fish. So Moss is now in second. He is fight. He is got 2 laps. Whoa! And back. So Tavares is unfortunately still in fourth. He was not able to do further momentum with Moss. But Moss, with 1.7 seconds and given the lap time, he could theoretically, given any errors, he could theoretically take over the race lead. Tavares in third with a bird heading into the last corner. I don't think I've ever seen anybody pass anybody there. Moss got a second, 0.2. Sorry. Slowly, you can see the time. He's slowly going through the sectors. He's making 0.7. That's 0.3. He's just cutting it down. He's half a second away from the lead. Luke White is going to have to fight him off with everything that he's got. 0.4. They're literally tied to each other. Clark is on the podium. He's in third. 0.3. Moss is turning in qualifying times. Got 1 lap left. Let's see how it goes. How is this going to exit from the first lap, first corner? Is he going to attack here? The leader's on the final lap, or is he simply just going to relax and take the points? Okay, taking it clean, different line. Clark is on the podium, but he's basically 4 seconds behind, so he's not going to be able to catch Moss. Moss and Luke fighting for tooth and nail, for every piece of time, for every millisecond they can. This is thrilling, folks. Look at them. They cannot be separated. 0.425 of a second. Somebody's got to... You got to make the space. You got to figure out what you're going to make it move. See what happens here. Luke is driving the race of his life. Here we go. Here we go. Leaders on the final lap. And look who, okay, we're coming in. Close, we're close. Let's just wait for the computer to sort everything out. But let's call it for Luke White. Moss had quite a race, back and forth through the grid. Finished second. Tamar Clark, 15 seconds behind. He finished third with the points. Again, this is going to be a thrilling race when we combine both groups. So what we're going to have, we're going to make a slight change. Sorry. All right. So point situation. What was supposed to happen basically is that we would just, whoever has the points, we would simply just move them on to the next round. However, because of the level of competitiveness, it's not going to be that simple. So what we're going to do is that we're going to So yeah, we're gonna have a 5 minute break. Then we're gonna have a 5 minute qualifying session. At which point that will lead into our final 12 lap race with the top three leaders from both groups. Wonderful. Huh?
Ready to go. Yeah, let's go.
The game crashed. Steve, you have me in there, right? Yes. Copy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for staying on with us. We're down to the final rounds. This is what all places into the top 3 drivers that will represent Jamaica in February. So it was simply that we would have just put the drivers into this. However, because everything has been so close, so predictable, we've had to have a qualifying session to generate the starting order for everybody. So there's no points here at this juncture. It's a winner take all. So the top 3 finishers, however they finish, will represent Jamaica in February against Colombia, and we're looking forward to that. Now, there's 2 that's happening here. We have Group A, Carters, Eden, Paisley. We have in Group B, Moss, or Breakout, not necessarily surprise, and more or less Tavar Clark. Not that we're dissing anybody else, but we're going to watch at this point. So it's going to be an exciting race at this point. We know that Moss has been able to they're trading that Tavar Clark 18.8. He's right at the top of the grid right now. Number 2 is Jason Alexander. He is 0.892 seconds behind. Number 10 is Luke White. Breakout from the reverse grade race from Group B. He is rolling in 3rd. So we are going to see the top of the top and battle each other. Again, you're not only battling the people, you're battling against the other group. Is Group A better than Group B? Where you must be able to hang with Eden and Pavey. Again, the drivers, the supporters on the stream, choose your driver. Even the support, we'll shout them out for you. Okay. Okay, Martian 2023, yes. Number 18, we're good. And just to say that the qualifying session was only 5 minutes, and this is again unexpected totally. Tavar Clark is number 1. He's starting on third position. Moss number 2. Sorry, Amanda play number 2. He's in second place. Just 0.07 seconds off. Again, proves his speed, that he was the fastest in the Group B, and he's showing his potential here against the combined group. Paisley, 94, he's in 6th place. Maybe he's looking for up to 3rd. And we have Eden in 5th. So this session is only 5 minutes, so it's very condensed. Again, just pulling out the lap time of the gods with his 18.8 that has not yet to be beaten. Eaton is pulling into the pits. So we are going to have a battle to the very end. As you can see, the fastest of the first group are, but unfortunately, at the back of the grid, and so we'll see. I'm sure we'll see an exciting fight to get to the front. You know, that's the whole point of this: seeing the racecraft and the quality of the drivers. Okay, we have our final here. The top three go on to represent Jamaica on February 4th. This is insane racing. You can see everybody is on their A game here. Moss is out in front, being chased by Clark. Two Carters, Paisley and Eaton, having some problems at the back of the grid. Whoa! Wow, there you go. It just takes one small mistake. Clark is out. He doesn't like the tire walls at the S's. So Paisley's now in fourth. Kurt Moss again, just dropping the fastest laps casually. Whoa! Okay. A little bit of contact there. Didn't mess up anybody's game, but we're good. So Mark Anthony Ethan on the podium here. Wow! Again, who would have thought, given what happened in the B races? Remember, this is a 12 lap race, so we have 2 extra laps versus the 10 lap. So there is still time to attack and put yourself in the position. Again, Moss, fastest lap. Clark in second. Mark Anthony there, number 18 in third. Again, Moss again, another fastest lap, 18.9. He is literally burning up the track. He is 3.4 seconds ahead of Jason Alexander in 11th. Tavar Clark just dropped to 18.879. He may be at the back of the grid, but he's pushing. So Jason Alexander, so far our grid looks like this: Moss, Alexander, and Eaton. Alexander and oh, that was just a fight there. Let's see how that worked out. Okay, there's some technical issues there. So Eaton moving his way to second. Okay. Going Paisley in fourth, pushing on. Having these two in front of him fighting is playing in his game. They're slowing each other up. Moss again just dropping these fastest laps. 18.87. Is he going to do a 17? So Paisley is battling Alexander. Is he going to be able to make a move on him? He is 0.2 of a second. Whoa! Jason Alexander making a little issue there. Moss, a massive 5.4 seconds ahead of the field. Is there anything that this man cannot do? A driving Audi TT Cup car gathers no moss? I would think not. Again, 5.4 seconds, he is there. 5.5. Behind him, there is an absolute battle for the final podium positions. We have Eaton in second. We have Jason Alexander. Moss again, 18.83. I guess he must be just strapped on rockets to his car. We have Paisley, Alexander, and Eaton just literally. Tavar Clark answers with an 18.7. Wow. Is he going to be able to catch up in time? We're halfway through the race. But behind Moss, it is a crazy, crazy race. In second, we have Eaton. In third, we have Jason Alexander. And in fourth, we have Michael Paisley. Paisley, who was doing excellent, his fastest, Jason Alexander, these guys are turning laps in the 120s. That's because they've been slowing themselves down, fighting each other. They need to figure out what they need to do to bring themselves up and move forward. Yes, Caitlin Paisley, but he's got a tough task ahead of him. He's 1 second behind Jason Alexander, and Alexander hasn't been a pushover. Again, Moss just continues to lead the field. It is now a 6.3 gap to second place. So I'm gonna, well, you know, the commentators curse. Not gonna happen. So I'm not going to say anything on it. Whatever happens, happens. Because you know what happens. If the commentators curse, I'm going to say something. And the exact opposite is going to happen. So these three men, drivers, are just glued to each other, trying to get onto the final podium positions. Again, I'm totally impressed by the level of driving. It's aggressive. But it is not, wow, there we go. Okay, that was a good move on the inside, but can he hold the line? No, he doesn't have the line. And they've all backed themselves up at the corner 13. This is going to be a fight up the front straight. We have 4 laps to do this. Oh, that's an aggressive move. That's an aggressive move. So now Alexander and Paisley are battling it out. Paisley wants that final podium position. He wants to represent his country. He wants to battle against Colombia. And of course, again, the top 3, they're going to be able to do that in 2-3 weeks, February 4th. So look out for that on our social media. We'll be blasting that as much as we can. It will also be broadcast here on the Sports Vision. I think we have an issue where our feed is being confused with a match for the DaCosta Cup. Again, all 3 drivers are just absolutely glued together. Moss out ahead. Literally 7 seconds. Jason Alexander and Eaton, 2.6 seconds. Paisley, 0.6 seconds from Jason Alexander. There we go. They are literally just need to. Again, the quality of racing here is insane. These men are battling left, right, and center for every piece of tarmac that they can, trying to squeeze every second out of their cars. And it's a move. Whoa! Again, they're all bunched up at the last corner. The stewards are going to have to look at that one. But Paisley has gotten into 3rd. Wow. That's an aggressive move there. Let's see what the stewards think about that later. But Kurt Moss again, 7.5 seconds ahead of the field. It's like he's in his own race. So the two top drivers from the group A have moved up onto the podium. Can Jason Alexander find the grip? He's got 2 more laps. He's still close enough. Can he somehow figure out how to get there, or will one of them make a mistake, allowing him to grab the thing, grab the spot, I should say. Moss just cutting his lap times. He's at 8 seconds ahead of the field. Is Paisley happy with his position? No, he can't be, because Jason Alexander is just literally a second behind, hunting him down. My God, Paisley. Alexander, number 11, definitely wants his position back, and this might just go down to the wire. Yes, JD VFX. Yes, Monster's just cruising. Or you would think so, but he's at 8.7 seconds ahead of the field, so he's not exactly backing off. So it's Eaton and Paisley, leaders on the final lap. Again, there's no first, second, or third. At the end of the day, the top 3 just go on to represent Jamaica. And I think if it finishes the way it does, we will have quite a drive ahead of us. And I must commend all the drivers who took part in this. They have showed exceptional talent. Whoa! Okay, a little bit of contact there with the wall. You just followed the other driver's line. Kurt Moss, absolutely smooth, like butter. 9-second gap to the rest of the field. He is not backing off. He is taking this all the way to the finish line. 9.2 seconds, 9.3. Mark Anthony Eaton, number 18, in second place. So we have Paisley in third, Jason Alexander in fourth, Luke White in fifth, and Tavar Clark in sixth. What is that? Okay. Hold on. Yeah, we need to. Okay, that was a hell of a race. And I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I want to thank again Stephen Stewart, the head of the JSRA, for and putting in the time to put this together. This is not the last. This is just the first of many, and 2023. I'd also, of course, like to thank the president of the JEI, Gregory Moore, who's slumming over there. um, yeah, you can photo bomb him. There we go. There you go. So that's the man behind all this, bringing esports to Jamaica, and we're happy to be a part of this. The JSRA, our location at this point is designed to ensure that we can teach and train and generate the best esports sim racing drivers that we can. And you saw from tonight that we had some significant racing. Yes, there may have been some issues, but that's just how racing goes. The old red mist, things happen, not a problem. So basically, at this point, given what's happened, Kurt Moss, Michael Paisley, and Mark Anthony Eaton will be representing Jamaica when we face off with Colombia on February 4th. So again, I see the president of JSRA was just right here, and for whatever reason he didn't want to show his face. This is the man. It cannot happen without him. It could not have happened without him. So again, thank you so much. We look forward to the next broadcast. Please tell your friends. We have our social media channels. We will be promoting it. We will promote the event way ahead of time. We have multiple weeks. And again, thank you so much for watching. We thank our broadcast partners, the JEI, Sportsmax. You can watch us on our own Twitch. And again, thank you so much for watching. We look forward to hosting the next event for you.